Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sonder Cast. I'm Kayla and joining me as always is my wonderful co-host Adam.
Hey, great to be here. Today we got a fun and super relatable topic, living abroad for the first time. Whether you've already done it or you're dreaming about it, we're diving into all the crazy, awkward, and amazing moments that happen when you move to a whole new country.
Oh yes, get ready for some serious culture shocks and embarrassing language fails. And if you're learning English to prepare for living abroad, you're definitely in the right place. So, Adam, tell me about the very first time you moved abroad. Where did you go and how did you feel when you first arrived?
Okay, so the first time I moved abroad, I went to Canada for university. And honestly, I thought I was ready. I watched movies, practiced my English, but when I landed, I felt like an alien. Everything felt so big, and people talked so fast.
I totally get that. Where I grew up, we learned English, but mostly the British version. When I moved to the US for work, I was shocked by the slang and casual way everyone spoke. I thought I spoke English well, but then someone said to me, "What's up?" and I literally looked up at the ceiling.
I can imagine. It's the little everyday expressions that throw you off, not the grammar we study in books.
Okay, so besides the language, what was the hardest part for you, Adam?
I'd say making friends. I'm usually outgoing, but when you don't fully understand the jokes or references, you feel a little isolated. Also food. I missed home-cooked meals so much.
Yes, food was a big one for me too. I remember walking into a supermarket and standing there for like 20 minutes because I couldn't recognize half of the brands. And everything was huge. Giant cereal boxes, giant milk containers.
Right. And don't even get me started on small talk. In Canada, people chat everywhere. The bus, the grocery store, and at first I didn't know how to respond. I thought, do they really want to know how I'm doing?
It's such a cultural thing. In some places, small talk is polite. In others, it might feel intrusive. You really have to learn these invisible rules.
Okay, Kayla, time to spill. What's one hilarious or embarrassing thing that happened to you abroad?
Alright, so my first week at work, someone invited me to a potluck. I had no idea what that was, but I didn't want to look stupid, so I just smiled and said, "Sure." I thought maybe it was a game or something.
Oh no, what happened?
I showed up empty-handed to a party where everyone brings a dish. I was mortified. And of course, everyone was super nice about it, but inside I was dying.
I love that. I have one too. I once thought BYOB meant bring your own blanket. I showed up to a party with a blanket under my arm.
Classic. Language and culture collide in the funniest ways. Alright, for anyone planning to live abroad, let's share some tips. Adam, what's your number one piece of advice?
Number 1. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Seriously, you're going to mess up words, you're going to have awkward moments. Laugh it off and keep going.
Yes, and I'd add, say yes to invitations. Even if you're shy or nervous, say yes. Join dinners, events, language exchanges. That's how you find your people.
And another, keep a journal. Not only will it help you practice writing in English, but when you look back later, you'll see how much you've grown.
Beautiful advice. And remember, feeling uncomfortable is part of the magic. It means you're growing.
All right, folks, that wraps up today's episode. If you've ever lived abroad, or you're planning to, send us your funniest stories. We'd love to hear them.
And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the Sonder Cast with a friend who's dreaming of living abroad.
And hey, don't forget, every great story starts outside your comfort zone.
See you next time, adventurers. Here is a music without copyright. If you are a content creator and you don't want to violate copyright, use this music for free.